We didn't break up because you stopped loving me. We broke up because I stopped being honest. And the worst part, you didn't even notice. In the beginning, I admired how independent you were. You didn't cling. You didn't demand. You didn't overreact.
It really hurts when
You
you check
had
your
your
phone while
life.
talking.
I had
I thought
mine.
this conversation was important
It
to you
felt
too.
mature, healthy, adult. At least, that's what I told myself. But what I didn't admit was this. I was afraid to need you too much. Because every time I had needed someone in the past, they made me feel like I was too emotional. So, with you, I decided to be low maintenance, easy, understanding, flexible, supportive. And slowly, I trained you to think I didn't need much at all. The first time I felt invisible, it wasn't when you forgot something important. It was when I was sitting across from you telling you about my worst week of the year, and you were half listening, half checking your phone. You weren't cruel, you were just distracted, and I laughed it off. I made a joke. I told myself, he's just tired.
I'm fine.
That's how self-abandonment starts. Not dramatically, quietly. You canceled plans more often, not always. Just enough for me to notice, but never enough for me to protest. Because I didn't want to be that person, the needy one, the dramatic one, the insecure one. So I adapted, again and again and again, until I became so adaptable I forgot what I originally wanted. One night, I asked you, "Do you ever feel like we're drifting?" You said,
Everything is
"No,
going to be all right.
why would we be?" And I almost said, "Because I feel alone even when I'm next to you." But instead I said, "Nothing, just a thought." That was the moment I realized something dangerous. You can be in a relationship and still be emotionally alone. And if you stay like that long enough, you start resenting the person who has no idea you're unhappy. You weren't the villain. That's the uncomfortable
I
truth.
don't know if we can keep
You
doing
were
this. It feels
loving in the
impossible
way you
sometimes.
knew
I
how.
know it hurts, but we
You
have to
showed
try.
up.
We can't give up
You
now.
worked hard.
I
You
understand
made
why you're
future
upset, but you
plans.
cannot speak to me like
But you
that.
didn't read between the
I am drawing
lines.
a line right now.
And I expected you to, without ever writing them clearly. When the job offer came, and you told me you might move, I smiled.
I feel
I said,
unseen.
"That's amazing. I'm proud of you." And I meant it. But when you asked, "Would you come with me?" something inside me tightened. Because I realized something I had been avoiding for months. If I followed you, I would disappear completely. And it wouldn't be your fault, it would be mine. For choosing silence again. You once told me, "I love how easy we are." And that sentence should have made me happy. Instead, it broke something inside me. Because we weren't easy. I was quiet. There's a difference. The night we finally talked honestly, it wasn't explosive. It was worse. It was calm. I told you I felt unseen. You looked genuinely confused. You said, "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" And I didn't have a good answer. because the truth sounded weak. I didn't want to make things harder. You said you should have trusted me, and maybe I should have. But I didn't even trust myself enough to admit I needed more. We didn't break up because of the move. We broke up because I realized I had been negotiating my own needs for too long, and you had grown comfortable with that version of me. The agreeable one, the understanding one, the always fine one. When I finally said, I need more presence, more attention, more emotional depth, you tried. You really did. But it felt forced, because the foundation had already been built on me needing less. Here's the hardest part to admit. I don't think you failed me. I think I failed myself. You can't blame someone for not giving you something you never clearly asked for. That lesson hurt more than the breakup. After we ended, I replayed everything. Every time I swallowed my feelings. Every time I minimized my needs. Every time I chose peace over honesty. Thought you were slowly pulling away, but maybe I was slowly disappearing. Months later, when someone new started seeing me, they asked something simple. What do you need from me?
That just happened.
And I froze, because I had spent so long pretending I didn't need much that I didn't know how to answer. That's when I understood what you truly taught me, not how to love someone, but how not to lose myself while doing it. You taught me that being easy is not the same as being fulfilled, that calm relationships can still hide quiet loneliness, that if I don't speak early, I will explode late, and that resentment is often just unspoken truth rotting inside you. I don't regret us,
And that's how
but
I
I
ended up
see
in the
us
city.
clearly now.
I'm still figuring
We
things
were
out,
two good
but
people who
it's
didn't
exciting.
communicate deeply enough soon
But
enough,
seriously, if you could change
and
one
that's
thing
not
about how things
dramatic.
ended,
It's
would it be?
common, painfully common. If you're listening and you feel unseen in your relationship, ask yourself something brave.
Well, that settles it then.
Have
I'll
you
see you
actually
later.
said what you need? Or are you hoping they'll magically sense it? Because love is not mind reading, and silence is not maturity. Sometimes it's fear. You didn't ruin me. You refined me. You forced me to confront how much I was willing to shrink just to be loved. And now, I won't do that again. Not for chemistry, not for history, not even for comfort. That's what you taught me. And that lesson, it was enough.